Good morning, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Start to Fun Friday. Yes, it's that day of the week we study fun. And today we're going to be talking about fun attitude in the workplace. And you're probably thinking, fun attitude in the workplace? It's an attitude? Yes, it is. You can decide whether you're going to have fun or not. And how do you bring fun into the workplace? Whether you are a solopreneur, entrepreneur, or somebody who works from home all the time, even if you are an employee for a company and you work from home all the time, you can still have fun all day, every day. It is an attitude. You practice it every day at work. You can create a fun atmosphere in your workspace. I love doing this. I have a cluttered desk. And it's only because I have a very small table. I have to eat at it. It's where my computer sits. So yeah, it's and I try to keep it as clear as possible. I get it clear, and then all of a sudden I turn around and it's cluttered again. So we'll be decluttering again today. That's a Friday task, but it's really cool because you can create a fun attitude in the workplace by the music that you listen to, and when you're by yourself, or even if you're in the work and if you're in an office area, you can put the noise canceling headphones on and listen to music while you work. I live by myself, or except for Zeffy, and we have music playing during the day while we're working, and we put on the upbeat tunes when we want to get a little dancing going. We get up, we have our dance breaks. Most people just call them bio breaks. We call them dance breaks because we have some dancing involved in there, filling up the water bottle, all that sort of stuff. You can also do company activities. And you're like, company? Yes. When I used to work in the corporate world, we used to have team building activities. We would have company picnics. We would have days off where we would go do company outings. I remember working for a hotel one time, and we did a thing where we had a limo pick us up from the office, and it was just like the management staff. It didn't include the housekeepers or the workmen. It was just those that were the supervisors and above, supervisors and managers. And we hopped into a limo at the hotel, and they took us into the Kennedy Center in DC, and we went to dinner at the restaurant there at the Kennedy Center, which was really, really good. And then from there we went down and watched that thing's been going for like 25, 30 years or something. Sheer Madness was the name of it. It's a whodunit with a lot of audience participation. So they play off the audience. The first half of the show is the setup, where you get to see what happens with the murder and everything else. And you never see the same play twice when you go there. There's people the actors up there will, they have their script, but some of them will go a little off script at times, and you can always tell when that happens just by the look on the faces. There's a murder that takes place, so the detective comes on and he starts questioning everybody, but then they go to a break, and during that break you can give the detective clues and that sort of stuff, things that you saw and all that, and he go, oh, that's a really great question. Then when they come back from the break, they have you ask that question to that particular character to see what their answers are and everything else. And then at the end, everybody votes on who they think did it, and the murderer is caught. And like I said, you never see the same play twice with this thing. And then so we had a great evening out. That was one team building thing that we did for the management, supervisors and above. It was a really fun evening. You can have the company picnic. You can do things for team building. Have a company picnic. Take yourself on a picnic, and I might do that this weekend. So I'll pick up a picnic lunch or something like that, or breakfast or whatever, and we'll go out, and Zeffy and I will have our company picnic. Company barbecues is another one. You could, I can't read my own handwriting here. Oh yeah, for team building, go meet with the vendors that you work with. When you are in business for yourself, you are never by yourself. You may have, if it's a franchise, you may have the main office that you work with. Like for me, I'm set up by myself, but I am not by myself because I have different vendors that I work with. When I was in the travel industry, heavily involved in the travel industry, I got to know the business development managers of the tour companies or the cruise lines that I used frequently. And I developed those relationships. So if any problem ever arose with a booking or something happened on the ship with a client, I could go to that business development manager. And because we had that relationship, they were more willing to help than if they had no idea who I was. So develop those relationships with your vendors. You could do things like a crazy hat day. I mean, why does it have to be, because you're not in an office environment, why can you not work in your PJ, come to work in your PJs? Have a crazy hat day. You're coming up to the holiday season. So what's your crazy holiday sweater? I've seen some very interesting Christmas sweaters, those crazy ones. I always remember the movie Santa Claus, only because I watch it every year, and they've got the guy who is the husband to the ex-wife, who has those really crazy sweaters. But they're a little tame compared to some that I have seen. So why not do things like, bring your bear to work, bring your teddy bear in to work, bring your dog to work day, bring your kids to work day. You don't have to be in a corporate office to be able to have this thing and do this thing and do these fun things. You can do them in your own home office. So take time to do that. Another way that I do that is sitting on my desk. I actually have a little portable diffuser, and this one has the little micro thing. And so even when I'm in the car, if I'm going driving in the car, I can put it into the cup holder, and I can even charge it while I'm driving. And this one, do I actually have anything in here? Oh no, it's dry. Oh, that was a good one. But it has a little light that comes on, and it's telling me that there's nothing in there, so it's turning the red ring means it's turning itself off, either because it's run out of power or there's nothing left. But the red means it's turning off. And so I can just put that in a cup holder and have that diffuse into the car. So it's really cool to have that. You can use all sorts of oils to help with the energy and uplifting moods. The basic ones are peppermint, orange, spearmint, rosemary, and lemon. And then you can do other ones like bergamot for energizing. These are ones that I use in different ways in my diffuser. I also have a diffuser that sits on the counter over there that I can use for the whole RV instead of just having one by me. Cinnamon boosts energy. Eucalyptus stimulates the brain and improves energy. Frankincense balances the nervous system. Ginger is for energizing. Grapefruit boosts energy. Juniper berry improves energy levels. Lime uplifts mood or motivates creativity. Lemongrass invigorates the senses. Thyme increases energy and mood spirits. And wild orange lifts the mood. And with peppermint is so cool. If I have headaches coming on, there's two little hollows here at the base of your skull, at the back of your neck, at the base of your skull, that I put peppermint oil on those two spots, and then I'll also run it across the forehead and onto the temple and rub it into the temples, trying to avoid the eyes as much as possible, because peppermint in the eyes just, trust me, from experience, you don't want peppermint in your eyes. But it can help. And sometimes I put peppermint just here at the base of my nose because I get that smell going up, and it helps, especially with sinus headaches, because the peppermint helps break through the gunk that's there, helps clear out the gunk so you can breathe again through your nose and all that sort of stuff. And it really does help with that. Spearmint I've always loved spearmint. I don't know what it is about spearmint, but there's just something about spearmint I absolutely love. And it brings back memories from my childhood, because I used to love the spearmint candy. Oh, that's what it is. Some of the candies I grew up with as a kid was spearmint flavor. Thank you. Yes. So, there's diffusing of oils. There's all sorts of different ways that you can create fun in the office. Even I've got a fidget when I'm working. If I'm not typing, if I'm writing, there's something in this hand. If I'm writing with this hand, there's something. I'm right-handed mainly. If there's a pen in my right hand and I'm writing, there's always something in my left hand. This is my little rubber ducky. And you're probably going, why do you have rubber ducky that says write course 1? This rubber ducky was given to me by the genealogist who was our trainer during the IGHR conference back in July. She sent one to everybody. And the idea of the rubber ducky is it's from I had to go get my little thing. It's called rubber ducking. And what rubber ducking is, there was a guy who would carry a rubber duck with him. He was a programmer, computer programmer, and he would carry, I'm having to look at my notes. He would carry a rubber duck, and he would use that rubber duck all the time to talk to him. He would talk to him, talk him through the line of code, help him debug issues and stuff that he was having with his program, and he would actually talk to the duck, and it became known as rubber ducking. And so in the genealogy, we also do rubber ducking. We can talk through things like, well, I'm organizing this, I'm doing that. I've got this brick wall, I've tried this avenue, and it's coming up with a brick wall. This guy's got to be somewhere. And it's just the act of talking to the duck helps you overcome different obstacles and things, and helps you look at things in a different way, in a creative way. So it's a debugging device. A debugging device for whatever it is that you're doing. Talk to the duck. And there's times I just like to hold him, squeeze him, because sometimes he gets the talk. You can't see it, but she's laying there with her head on the edge of her bed on the dashboard, and her ears just went full attention. There it is. He doesn't have a very loud squeaker, thank goodness, because the dog will probably eat this duck. I've still got to come up with a name. I figured out it's a female, and I'm thinking of Daphne. So maybe Daphne duck. I don't know. I'm still trying to. She doesn't look like a Daphne. Keeps going in my head, and every time I look at it, it doesn't look like a Daphne. And so I'm still trying to figure out a name for my duck. I will play with just about anything that's on my desk. I have my little B5 bomber, stealth bomber, that my friend Andrea very kindly sent me. And it's a little dusty. It hasn't been used for a while. But there's times I'll just sit here and, got my B5 bomber. And it's the texture thing. It's the texture thing. And sometimes I'll get down on the floor. I've got vinyl. I get on the floor. You pull it back and let it go, and it just goes zoom, right across the vinyl floor, and the dog doesn't know what to do with it. Poor Zeffy. And then I have my Helen secret stash. And this is one of the things I got from Mailbox Pal. It's got a swivel lid. Pretty cool. And 2 compartments. And in here, I have a key. It's the key to ideas. It's the key to the future. It's the key to planning. It's actually a bottle opener. But I just like fiddling with it. I like the texture thing. You got this swirly thing up here. I have my little cancer angel that somebody gave me. And sometimes I'll just sit there and just rub my fingers over the pearl that's on there. I also have a thing of amethyst, because sometimes I just need the sharpness of it. These things all just go in my hand, and I play with them every now and again. I actually have a turquoise bracelet, which I never actually wear, but I just like to wrap it around my fingers and just run my hands over the turquoise. Then I have my rose quartz that I just like to sit and rub. I just have my clear crystal, which I just like to sit and hold, and again rub. It's almost like it's made for the hand, because it's got this angle piece there, and it's great just for the thumb, and it just seems to. I also have a bigger piece as well, but it doesn't fit in here. And then I have this little thing of green. I have no idea what type of stone this is, but again, it's the smooth texture. I like to just sit it there. It depends what mood I'm in as to which one I will pick up and rub. That's my little secret stash. Shh. Put these guys back in here, and I just open it up and pull out whatever I want. Somewhere around I have a stress ball. I like those too because they're squishy. But right now I don't know where my stress ball is, so my little rubber ducky here gets this becomes like the stress ball. It's not as squishy as a stress ball. Teasing the dog is always another good way of having fun too. My poor puppy. But I just like to have things there that I can, and I have this stash of pens and highlighters, and I'll actually just pick them up and not actually do anything with them, just twirl them around in my fingers. Whatever's on my desk will get played with. I have to have something in my non-writing hand, and if I'm practicing writing with my left hand, then whatever I'm fiddling with is in my right hand. So you can make up fun things to do and have an attitude of fun. You can play with things. You can play with toys. I don't have any Play-Doh that would get played with as well. I decided against buying Play-Doh because it would get all over the place and I'd never get any work done. Sometimes I have my pads of Post-its here, and sometimes I'll peel a piece off and just sit and fold it when I'm trying to work my way through things. I have coloring books as well. So you can find lots of ways to add fun to your day, even if it is something that you are doing at home when you're at home. There's still things that you can do for fun on a short break. You know, if you're taking your, I like to work for an hour and then work for about 55 minutes, take a break, take a 5-minute break and come back and then work for the next thing. You know, and that's your bio break time. It's grab your snack time. It's fill up the water bottle time. It's have a little dance time. Go give the dog some loving. She's so funny. She knows as soon as I get up, she flips. If she's on the dashboard, she'll flip herself over so she can just watch me. What are you doing? And then as I walk closer to her, she'll leave her head there, and all of a sudden her tail just starts doing this, her tail, because she knows she's going to get some attention. So, go out and make it fun. What are you doing this weekend? It's going to be fun. I am doing some more sorting and clean up and that sort of stuff because I think it's next week. What date are we on? 6? No, I still have another weekend. So I've got this weekend and next weekend to get everything in order before my friend from my RV friend arrives. And she lives full-time in an RV as well, and she's busy tripping around. She's heading here. She arrives on the 16th of November, which is a very important day in our household because that is the day that 16th of November 2019 is the day I adopted Zeffie. So we've got our 2-year anniversary coming up. Yay! Super excited about that. Anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic, sparkling, fun Friday. Go find ways to make it fun in your office. What do you do in your office every day, in your office space, to make the day fun? Let us know in the comments below so we can share some ideas. Have a super fantastic, sparkling day. We'll catch you back here around 6 p.m. this evening. Hey, Konara.